Holy shit. We are back. We are back. It's been ages. We're here. I can't believe we're here. We ain't done one of these for bloody months. You thought I was going to flop, didn't you? You thought I was going to flop and say, no, we're not doing it. But no, we're back. Before we kick off, just to make sure we are back, can you guys all hear me? Can you say like, yeah, we can hear you, or thumbs up or anything, so I know that this is all connected up properly? Because it's been a long time and I forgot what I'm doing. I'm just being brutally honest. I forgot how to do this, but I think we are all good. Let me have a wait. Let me have a quick. Yeah, we are good. Jeez. All right. I promise you, we're not going to vanish again. These lives are going to be a regular thing. You guys know I've just been super busy. I've been traveling a lot for work, and it's just been a shit internet provider, but all that's sorted now. The camera's looking good. The internet, I think, is looking okay. I think we're all good. I think we're all good. You know what? Let's jump straight into it. I know a few more people are going to jump on, but let's jump straight onto it and read out some of your questions. Obviously, we've got a couple of big fights this weekend. In fact, we've got 3 big fights. Isn't Derevyanchenko this weekend as well? I think it is. So you've got that one. Obviously, we've got Josh Taylor, Teofimo Lopez, which is a massive one. And we've got Sonny Edwards versus Campos. 3 big fights, 2 of those title fights, and Munguia versus Derevyanchenko. To be fair, the winner of that should go on to fight for a title as well. All right, let's have a look and see who's in the building. Let's say hello to a few people that haven't seen me on these lives for a few months, because it has been a long time. All right, who's here? What's Cy H, Sam? Good evening, bro. This is a long overdue, but you're the busiest guy I know, so fair enough. Buzzing for the Taylor Teo fight. It's honestly not getting the build up it should. This should be massive. It should be, but bear in mind, Josh Taylor is basically coming off a loss. Hasn't fought for 15 months. Has switched trainers, so he's definitely lost a step. Teofimo Lopez last time out against Sandor Martin wasn't convincing. So both guys are not what they were. If this fight happened 15 months ago, this is a big, big fight. For me, it's still a big fight, but I can understand why maybe it doesn't have the eyeballs that it needs. I think it's just about sold out the Hulu Theatre, which is about 5,500. So it's decent. Not every fight's going to do 20,000. Not every fight's going to fill an arena or a big arena. Not every fight's going to be a pay-per-view monster. This is just a very good fight. It's a good fight for the hardcores. I don't think it's pulled in the casual fans, but I love it. I can't wait for it. It's going to be a good one. What's this one from Elsa Majid? If I said that correct? Should Teofimo Lopez get a new coach instead of his dad? And if so, which gym or coach would suit him best in your opinion? I mean, to be fair, although his dad does help in the training, Teofimo does bring in external trainers, so it isn't necessarily just him and his dad one-on-one. In terms of a trainer, I don't mind the Eddie Reynoso link up now, especially now that so many fighters have left Reynoso, so it's not as busy as it once was. Obviously, Ryan Garcia's gone, Andy Ruiz is gone, Frank Sanchez has gone. I mean, and if you're Teofimo, I would love, like, if I'm a boxer, I want to train around Canelo. I want to see what he does. I want to see what he eats, what he drinks, everything. I want to see how the pound for pound top 4, top 5 lives. So that would be the one for me. Jake Jansen, the big ON on campus is back. You're damn right. You're damn right. We're back. We are back. And again, we have to continue these. I was going to say Sunday, but I travel back from Turkey late on Sunday, so Sunday is going to be impossible. We have to try and get these back on these lives, especially now. And it looks good. Look at the quality. The quality looks quite good. The background is good. It's all. We're going to continue these. Trust me. Philip Answer, what's good, Ade? How's your day been? Day's been good. I went gym today. We are going to do that weight cut. So I'm just literally speaking to so many different people. We're going to try and do the weight cut to 175 pounds. I'm going to give myself, like a boxer would do, a 10-week window, and we're going to document everything. We're going to get nutritionists on board, scientists, doctors, a few people to help me as well, and we're going to try and make 175 pounds. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Ade AJ's hat. Ade, my man, we are back, and I brought you a hat to the party. See, you missed me. See, you missed me. You've been digging me bloody every video, And now I'm back. You've missed me, but thank you very much. Talking of AJ, let's hope we get some announcement soon about the Dillian Whyte fight. What do you guys make of the Dillian Whyte fight? Some seem a bit like that. Some kind of understand what AJ is. Do you think this is the interesting question? Do you think the Zone are going to chuck it on pay-per-view? Bear in mind, AJ's last fight against Franklin wasn't on pay-per-view. Dillian Whyte's last fight against Franklin wasn't on pay-per-view. Do they together make a pay-per-view fight? Don't know. I don't know. Sam R. Any coach would be better for Teo than his dad. I honestly put a lot of the mental anguish Teo is going through on his dad. Oh, and his wife leaving him, of course. Yeah, that's played a lot into this. Sort of his wife leaving has affected him a lot. But I don't know, man. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Teo a bit too much. I still think Teo is a very good fighter. I think Teo is going to cause Josh Taylor some serious problems. I think Teo looks fantastic at 140. Mentally, yeah, we don't know where he is, but I think once he gets through the ropes, that's probably where he wants to be. So I think it's going to be a good fight. I mean, there was a list. Ring Magazine did a poll, and I think they asked 21 journalists who they think were going to win. All 21 said Josh Taylor, which does surprise me a bit, but hey, it's interesting. Andrew Hope, yes, Ade, yes, Andrew. JD_05, hello, it's good you're back. I am back. I am back, people. I feel like I've let you guys down with the lives, so I do apologize. I have been trying to do as many videos recently as possible as well, but yeah, we're gonna have to work on that, especially when I'm out of the country. We're gonna have to work on a way of filming when I'm out of the country. All right, what's this one? Okay says, hey Ade, what chance would you give Whyte against Joshua in a rematch? Also, what do you think about some of the changes Buddy McGurk is making to Whyte? I think the cross guard kind of suits him. I didn't really like that cross guard against Jermaine Franklin. It wasn't natural to Dillian Whyte. I don't know what changes you can make to a boxer when they're 35 and coming to the end. I don't know. I think the boxer always is going to revert to type, and I think Dillian Whyte will do that. Like if it gets to the stage where him and AJ are having a brawl, he ain't going to fucking do that cross guard. He's just going to brawl. What chance do I give him against AJ? Little. But I don't know if that's with my AJ hat on. But percentage, 25%. I think AJ should beat Dillian Whyte. But in my head, I don't have Dillian Whyte as a top 10 heavyweight anymore. I think I have AJ still as a top 5. Top 5 should beat top 10. I know it doesn't work like that, but that's the way I kind of feel it should happen now. Hassan says, Big Depot. Yes, my man. LS Vlogs says, man like Ade, we're here. We're here. Quick one before the football. I promised you guys we're here still doing it. Kyle, how do you say that? Ali back? Have I got that right? All back? Yes, Ade. Andrew Hope, cheeky little live, can hear you. Yes, you're all there. You're all there. Charlie Arfie, big up Ade. Thank you very much. Let's get to some questions. All of you guys saying that you can hear me, which is good. All right, let's see where we are. Questions. What's this one? What you benching, Big Depot? You know what? Today, yeah. Actually, not today. Today I did legs. Yesterday, I benched 20. I benched 3 plates on each side. So what's that? 20, 40, 60, 120, 140 kilos. 140 kilos for a double. But I guess it's going to be the last time that I'm going to be able to bench that much because I'm going to come down in weight. But yeah, that's quite a lot. You can look at. I mean, you can see the shape. Even in this top, you can still. Can you not see the shape? I'm in shape right now, man. I'm in shape. Disgruntled Buddha. Been a while since we've done this. It's been a while. Get your questions in, people. Spit your questions in. JD_05. It's been a while since you've been on the Undefeated podcast. It has been. I love that show. I always tweet about that show. It's a fantastic show. I think what Travis and KG are doing is really good. We have plans. Me and Travis are speaking about doing something. So we'll see if it gets over the line, but we do have plans. I do want to work with Travis and KG a lot more going forward. Daniel Crawford says, I got Josh Taylor on points. Yet same. I've got him 7. I was going to say 7-5. No, 8-4. 8-4. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a lot closer than I think people are thinking. Again, Josh Taylor hasn't fought for 15 months. And you could say he was coming off a loss. And he switched trainer. And he did say 15 months ago, 140 was tough for him to make. We'll see, man. I don't know. I don't know. Andrew Hope says, how bad was Okoli? Where does he go from here? Rematch. And he was very bad. Okoli was bad. Like, I'm a big fan of Okoli. Speak to him. I would like to say that I know him. And it wasn't the greatest performance. All the hugging weren't great. I mean, you guys know I scored at 113, 112, Chris Billam-Smith. So it wasn't as though Chris steamrolled him. I don't think that happened at all. If I'm Okoli, I'll watch that fight back and think, okay, I can beat Chris Billam-Smith. Let's run it back. But I will say this, though. Okoli did hit Chris Billam-Smith clean a few times. And, you know, Okoli, we're used to seeing him hit guys and they fall down. I do wonder if Okoli's power maybe wanes a little bit because of he struggles to make weight. There's no way, there's no doubt in my mind Okoli struggles to make weight. There's no doubt in my mind. So I do wonder if there is maybe an argument about him going to bridgerweight. I know there's no one really up there to fight, or just jump straight to heavyweight. So look, there's options. Chris Billam-Smith rematch, get your belt back, and then maybe go to heavyweight. Maybe. We'll see. Quite like the idea of getting down to light heavyweight. Going to join you on the journey as I've got a few cycling events coming up. Yeah, I'm actually going to buy a bike. Someone spoke to me about this today. Buy a bike, and just all the times I fucking drive to the gym. I could walk to the gym and I drive. That's how lazy I am. Just doing that, and this sun will burn some fat. So yeah, we'll see. What Wolford says, Ade, I kind of wish Taylor versus Tia was in the UK on Sky. Would have been a lot bigger with a better build-up. Yeah, I said this as well. I mean, I'm not quite sure why the champion has gone into the challenger's backyard and the challenger himself isn't a big draw. Doesn't make sense for me. Like, if, okay, look, fair dues. If Josh was going to go and fight Taylor, Teofimo, at Big Madison Square Garden, I get it. Or T-Mobile Arena, I get it, right? Because Tio's that guy you go over. But the fact is, they've struggled to do the Hulu Theater. So why couldn't that fight have been over here? I don't know. Like, as Josh's sort of power over here waned that much that Josh can't do the Echo Arena? Can't he do that? Can't he? Surely. AO Arena, maybe? Don't know. Strange. JD_05. Remember when Maya Jama was a presenter on the Zone? That didn't last long. That feels like a lifetime ago. Like a lifetime ago. Oh, this is a good question. Right. What on earth is going on with the meet and greet and Box Park? Well, the plan was when I got to 50,000. So I don't think we're going to do that. Let me quickly see what we're on now. Maybe we do it at 45,000. Maybe that's the plan. Let me have a quick look and see how many subs we're on. So we're on 43,776. So maybe we do it at 45. I do want to do the meet and greet, and it would be a nice time to do it. Box Park have actually reached out to me. Someone from Box Park watches this channel, and they're like, let's do it. So yeah, I don't mind doing it at 45. But we could even do it at fucking 44. Let's just get it done. Let's get it done. Daniel Pledger. Is Tyson fight more likely to happen now Usyk has signed with Saudi? Not next. Obviously, Usyk's going to fight Daniel Dubois. I guess for everyone, there's a lot of risk factors going on for everyone right now. Obviously, the money on offer from the Saudis is insane, right? It's insane for Wilder, AJ, and for Fury, Usyk. And I'm guessing everyone's like, look, do we risk the money? AJ's risking it a little bit with Dillian Whyte. He is risking it. I don't think Usyk's risking it with Daniel Dubois. But Fury and Wilder both are kind of stalling on opponents because I don't think they want to risk that bag either. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Mackenzie's daily betting tips. Good evening, Ade. Longest time. Good evening, my friend. Longest time indeed. Who else is this? Philip Answer. Do you feel like Taylor has to knock out Tio to get credit from the fans? No, I don't. No one stopped Tio. Tio's strong. Tio's very, very strong. I think if you can just outbox him, maybe if you can even put him down like Kambosos did. I don't think so. I still, and I said this on my preview video, I still think Josh Taylor is the best 140 pounder. But I don't look at just your last fight. I look at what you've done the last few years, and Josh Taylor's resume the last few years has been incredible. And now he's potentially going to add Tio to it. I'm actually more interested to see what he does after. Does he go to 147? Maybe not anymore because the belts are going to be held up by Crawford and Spence. There's probably going to be a rematch. So maybe he stays at 140, and there are other good fights out there for him at 140 now. You can take the Prograis one. Maybe you can revisit the Jack Catterall fight. Maybe even Ryan Garcia coming up, Devin Haney coming up. So there's some good fights out there. Him and Gervonta Davis went back and forth for a while. So it'll be some interesting stuff. There we go. What's this one? Thoughts on Okoli saying, I'm glad I didn't get beaten by that prick over there, referring to Riakporhe. Weird. I actually thought it was weird. I was like, why are you focusing on him out there when you've just been beaten by Crispin Smith in here? I thought he handled the defeat well. If you're Ben Shalom, you must be a bit upset because there's no way Ben Shalom wasn't planning Riakporhe Okoli. There's no way. And now that's going to have to wait. Or does he go Riakporhe Chris Smith, which I don't think will sell too well? I don't know, man. I don't actually know what you do with Okoli. Okoli seems to have lost a lot of fans with that performance. I think we've kind of all stuck by Okoli, but I think a lot of people don't like his boxing style. I kind of appreciate it just because it wins, right? And you've got to appreciate someone that always gets the W. But when you lose, that's when there's a problem. That's when your problem. What do you squat and bench, Ade? I ask because I'm on the way to the gym. So I the heaviest I've ever gone on a bench is 160, the heaviest. But that's I don't know if I could even do that now. Squatting, the heaviest I've done on squat is 190. I should have bigger legs. But even squatting, I don't even really go like that anymore because I just find it so dangerous and silly. So be careful. Who is that again? Smithy. Be careful. Don't injure yourself. JJ4. Yes, Ade. Who you got? Usyk versus Wilder. I don't know, you know. I don't know, you know. That's one of my dream fights that will never happen. I don't expect that fight to happen. Well, I guess it could happen if both of them come through their fights, their big fights. If Wilder beats AJ, and obviously he'll be a favorite to beat AJ, and Usyk beats Fury, then you never know. And the Saudis say, here's another $1 billion, then you never know. Wilder just looked dangerous until the last second, you know. Wilder, and I said this on a video, didn't I? Like, the amount of respect I have for Deontay Wilder got smashed to pieces by Tyson Fury in the second fight. First fight, quite close. Fury won it, but quite close. Second fight, Fury came back and bashed him up. He didn't lose a step. He was like, fuck it, I want to run it back. Ran it back the third time, and it was that close. Normally, when you take that kind of beating, it affects you. It affects you mentally. Maybe you're too scared to pull the trigger because you're worried about what's going to come back. Wilder, no, went straight for it again. And even the Helenius fight just went straight for it. Big respect to Wilder, man. Big respect. Bill Keaveney, if I said that right, Keaveney is. Cheers for doing this, Ade. No, man, I've wanted to do this for so long. It's just a shame that West Ham are playing because I would have fucking done this until 9 o'clock. Telling you. What's this one? James Douglas, what do you think about Ahara stepping up on Eddie? Yeah, I liked it. I like step up on him. Yeah, step up. I don't know if he won the battle. I think Eddie won it, but respect to Ahara Davis. Like, if you told me 2 years ago that Ahara Davis is going to put himself into a position where he is now, where he's basically going to fight for a world title, get really good step aside, man, I would have said you're crazy. The fact is, he's worked his way back up, and this guy's going to fight for a title. It's fantastic. And you know, the funny thing is, you look at his record, and who's he lost to? Josh Taylor and Jack Catterall. You know what I mean? We didn't know too much about Jack then, so it didn't look like it looked like a bad defeat. But in hindsight, it's not a bad loss at all. So Ahara is maybe a lot better than we give him credit for. I like him. Pound Entertainment Media. What are the chances Josh Taylor comes in weight trained, dehydrated, and gasses out? I would have thought that as well because he's very big at the weight. But I just saw some videos that Sky put out about him sort of skipping, and he looks in incredible shape. Joe McNally, who's new trainer, I spoke to their second. I don't know, I can't remember what the guy's name is, but Tony Bellew was speaking to Joe's second. They were talking about just the shape that Josh Taylor's in, and they're very, very confident that the weight isn't going to be an issue. So yeah, we'll see. How do you fucking say that name? Gwilym. I recommend you rewatch the Haney Loma fight. Honestly, no, I don't need to. I've watched it so many times. Loma won that fight 7-5. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. Loma won the fight 7-5. But I do know what you mean, though. A lot of people need to score fights. A lot of people watch them. Sometimes you just got to get a pen and pad out. Like, I got a pen in my hand for no reason. Just get a pen out and just score it 10-9, 10-8, 9-9. Understand the rules as well about how you're scoring the fight and then score fights. A lot of people just jump on other people's bandwagon. JD_05. God knows why Cambosos versus Maxi Hughes is in Oklahoma. And it headlines as well. What? How and why? Honestly, I've been screaming for Maxi Hughes to have this fight. I really wanted Eddie to put an offer in to get Cambosos and to give Maxi Hughes that dream fight against someone big. But to be fair, Maxi Hughes and Oklahoma is not one of the dream destinations for a boxer, is it? But Maxi Hughes has always been saying he wants that big American fight. This isn't quite it, but it's close. You're fighting a former unified champion. A win puts you right there. And look, we don't know how Cambosos is after those defeats. Maxi Hughes is coming off a couple of good wins, you know. Maxi Hughes, I mean, beat Kid Galahad. I know Kid Galahad was jumping up a couple of weights, but even Giovanni Straffon, he's beat some decent people. Maxi Hughes is very underrated. Very underrated. Ethan says, is it just me or is boxing a bit dead now? A bit dead from now until Spence versus Crawford after a strong start to the year. Yeah, I do think there is a bit of a lull in top high level action. But I think we can give boxing this one. I think it's been an incredible run. Like, I'm the first to dig boxing and say it's bullshit, but I think it's been an incredible run. And I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain that we have a month to kind of just breathe. And you're still going to get some decent fights. Maybe not the A-level ones that we've been getting, but you still get very good B-level fights, maybe A-. So it's not the worst, but you're right, it does dip a little bit. But what a run it's been. It's been incredible. What do you think of Broner's return on Friday night? He looks in great shape and sounds very motivated. I don't know. With Broner, I'm more thinking Ferrari, no engine. I think he's going to look good, but I wonder what's underneath the hood. You know, it's funny. When I was in Vegas for Ryan Tank, Broner and his opponent, whose name skips me now, and Don King was supposed to put on a press conference. I didn't really want to go, but I was like, oh, fuck it, let's go. I haven't seen Broner face to face. I've never seen Don King. So I was like, oh my God, I want to see Don King. We got there. No Don King, no Broner, just the opponent. Broner said, I ain't turning up. Don King said, fuck it, just the opponent. So I'm not quite sure. Uncle Albert 14. Hi, Addy. Hope you're well. Predictions for Crawford Spence. Hoping it actually happens. Oh, don't you even think of jinxing it, brother. Don't you think of jinxing it. Uncle Albert, I've always said I think Crawford wins. That being said, Errol Spence released a little short 50-second video on his Instagram. That boy in shape. It's where Crawford is doing all the talking. Errol's, don't get me wrong, Crawford's working as well, but Crawford's doing all the talking. Errol ain't saying shit. Errol's just working. This is one of the biggest fights in the last 25 years. I think it's that massive. You're talking two undefeated guys. Both of them pound for pound top 5, undisputed as well. Incredible fight. Honestly, incredible. Can't wait for it. So I'm going to go Crawford with no faith. I could change my mind on the night. I really could. Ian Hamilton, bro, you're back. I'm doing an all-nighter for Taylor with friends coming around. What's your prediction? I have a late Taylor stoppage. Yeah, I wouldn't mind putting a couple of quid on that. I think Taylor late, or on points, quite wide. I've got this sneaky feeling about Teo causing problems, you know, especially early. Sneaky feeling. We've seen it with Teo. I know he was a lot bigger than Loma, but he's gone into fights as the underdog before. He has. And we've seen him cause problems. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Base the Kid, the hardcore casual in the building. Bless up, Ade. Bless up to you, brother. Hope you enjoyed your holiday. Yes, I've been following you on Instagram. I see you've been enjoying life. If you're back, let me know. We can do something again, bro. Deep random finger. Usyk has finished Tyson Fury's career without fighting him. Classic. Nah. You know, I might not be the biggest Fury fan, but I can respect him. Like Fury's incredible. He is. He just needs to fight someone. It's weird. I don't know. I don't actually know what's going on. This is the lineal undefeated, let's be honest, the best in the division. He can sell out stadiums, but he can't seem to get an opponent. I find it honestly weird. You send an offers to AJ when you know AJ is going to fight Dillian Whyte. You said Ruiz wants a bit too much money. You've been talking about Gel Pataya and Dempsey McKean. I'm like, what's going on? Call up Philip Hrgovic and call up. If Tyson Fury was to make a phone call to Philip Hrgovic, even though Philip's not fought in a while, and said, you know what, Philip, kind of struggling right now, bro. Need an opponent, 2 million. Fancy it? Philip will take that money just like that. Just like that. I don't get it. Bill Keaveney says, I think Katie Taylor was silly taking her last fight, considering it was a step up in weight. Should have a tune-up first. Do you agree? Not at this stage of Katie's career. At 35, first fight back in Dublin, it needed to be big. I've seen some people say she could have fought anyone, but it needed to be big. It needed to be. And Chantel Cameron was, I think, the right opponent. Chantel ultimately just a bit better, a bit younger, a bit fresher, and a bit bigger. That's all it is. I'm not quite sure what's left of Katie. I'm not quite sure of like she's been talking about a rematch. Even if she were to drain Chantel down to 135, I've spoken to Jamie Moore about this. I've spoken to Chantel about this. Happy to make 135. Happy to make it. The reason they even moved to 140 is because Katie basically owned the 135 division. So she could see no route to gold, no route to glory. She'll take the fight at 135. So if I'm Katie, they need to, and I mean the whole team need to really consider what next. I wish she bowed out after the Amanda Serrano fight. I thought that was the perfect way to say, you know what? It's been an amazing career. Time's up. Fighters go on a bit too long, and she looks like she might be going on a bit too long. Stephen, the return of Broner this Friday. You know, there's going to be a lot of guys in the 140 division that are going to pray to God he looks amazing, and that this does half decent numbers, because Broner, the way in which he sells the fight, like I've been screaming that if I'm Eddie, I would have made a play for Conor Ben Broner. I would have made a play. But Broner happily do the fight at 147. He sells the fight. It just, if Conor Ben's wanting these type of fights, Broner would have been perfect for him. But if I'm back to it, if I'm one of the other guys at 140, I want Broner to look good, because Broner seems to be a payday still, just especially if he looks good. We'll see. What's this one? Deep random finger. Usyk will complete the boxing game at 100%. World gold, Olympic gold, Ali trophy, undisputed cruiserweight, heavyweight, question mark, obviously, lineal. These are all question marks. Undefeated, pound for pound, number one, TBE, the greatest, just beauty and symmetry. Well, you know, there's a few of those that he's already done. You are correct. World gold, Olympic gold, Ali trophy, undisputed cruiserweight. The problem is, undisputed heavyweight, he's got a guy that's 6'9", 20 stone in front of him. But look, I think he's pound for pound number one. I've been arguing with a few Americans who say Crawford is. I'm like, stop it. I love Crawford, but don't. I mean, this fucking Usyk goes into everyone's backyard and bashes them up in their backyard. In their backyard. It's crazy. Literally goes into it. Go and look. And what I like as well, cruiserweight, the way in which he went and literally got the belts from everyone. They didn't just wait for someone to, get all the belts and, okay, I'll fight him. Literally went and collected the belts. This guy's incredible. He's incredible. Alex Chavez, he's actually back. I said I was going to be back. Why did none of you guys believe me? I said I'm going to come back. And not only are we back, we're back forever. We're not going anywhere anymore. I've even got a new camera. This is a new camera as well. Billy Hicks, good evening, Addy. Good weekend coming up, to be fair. The weight cut plan sounds really interesting. Yeah, I just think it'll be fun to, not fun. Certainly won't be fun. But I think it'll be quite good to see what these fighters go through. Obviously, I'm not doing any fucking sparring. I'm not fighting or any of that shit. But I think it'll be good to see what it's like. I think especially for me that works in boxing and talks about boxers and critiques boxers, I kind of need to put my feet in their shoes for a little bit, just to sample it a little bit. That's why I feel like the weight cut will be good. Ado says, hello, Ade. How are you? And what are your predictions on the UEFA Champions League final? I fly out tomorrow. I'm doing some bits for DAZN for it. DAZN have the rights in Canada, so I'll be doing some stuff for them. I think Inter are going to cause City a hell of a lot of problems. Honestly, watching City against United in the FA Cup final, I'm like, they better not bring that to Inter. They better not bring that to Inter. So ultimately, I think City will win because City have better players and a better manager. But I don't know, man. Inter won this tournament 3 times. 64, I think, 1964, 65, and obviously Jose Mourinho. So they've got history in this tournament. But I think City will win. L2D, Ade, who's some of your favorite boxing channels from the UK? I have to admit, so I religiously watch Hatman. I think Hatman's like, he's our GOAT, isn't he? He's our GOAT. I watch him a lot. It's interesting you said actually, because Punch Perfect has just put something out to say that he's no longer doing videos, which is a shame. I think maybe just pressing the pause button for a little while. I used to watch his channel a lot, even just to get information from me in order to do my videos. I used to watch some of his stuff quite a lot, especially when he's talking about the lower weight guys. G-Man, love G-Man. I think G-Man's incredible. He really is. Maybe he needs to change his sofa or his settee. Maybe sort out the background, G-Man. But G-Man's really good as well. Undefeated Podcast guys are fantastic. They're very different. I like that they've got a different energy about them, which I think is good as well. There's a few good ones, but probably those 4 are the ones I watch the most. David, sweet boy, all year round, says, my guy Ade, what's good? Who's winning, West Ham or Fiorentina? I haven't watched enough of Serie A to know how good Fiorentina are at the moment. That's being truthful. It's normally you're very as a Liverpool fan, I shouldn't want any other English team to do anything. Like normally, I want them out. But I've got a little soft spot for West Ham. Maybe it's because I lived in East London since the bloody late 80s. My mum always used to go to Upton Park. They've got a big market there called Queen's Market. We used to always shop there. West Ham, literally right opposite Queen's Market. And West Ham's new stadium is literally 2 minutes from my house. So I've got a little soft spot for them. So hopefully West Ham do it. But I honestly couldn't tell you. What's this one? Silver Stream. What does that say? I can't remember. Anyway, Ade, salute you too, my man. Ethan, AJ smokes him. Franklin was a harder fight. Oh, and that's a response to who I think wins. Yeah, look, I hope AJ beats him. I hope. I mean, look, my plan for AJ, or AJ's plan, surely would 2 good performances, 2 strong performances, and then you go into the Wilder fight. AJ could not, for me, have gone from Jermaine Franklin, sit it out for 9 months or 8 months, or whatever, and then Wilder. No, he needed this one. Another training camp with Derek James. Let's see what you got. And yeah. And you know what I like as well? AJ's in camp right now with Errol Spence, who's obviously turning the heat up right now. Jamel Charlo's in camp right now as well. Frank Martin, I think, entered camp. Ryan Garcia's there. That camp should be buzzing. And AJ should be the head honcho in it. If no one wants to fight Fury, that means he is not a cash cow. Everyone wants to fight a cash cow because of a huge payday. I think Fury mentioned that a few of them are pricing themselves out. Look, they all want to fight him. There's no, like, everyone would fight Tyson Fury. These fighters are different. Fighters will fight. But don't tell me people like Frank Sanchez wouldn't fight Tyson Fury. Fight Tyson Fury tomorrow. You know, Andy Ruiz, I think, would as well for the right money. I don't know what's going on, man. I think Joyce taking the Zhang rematch might have caused a bit of an issue. Like, if Joyce won, could we have seen Joyce Fury? If Joyce didn't take the rematch, could we have seen Zhang Fury? Don't know. White fight is just target practice. It's not a contest. Yes and no. Yes, AJ a few years ago. No, because I don't know, man. AJ doesn't look like he likes to pull that trigger anymore. So I'm not quite sure. Craig Finnegan says, of course it will be on pay-per-view. Not sure. I mean, I think A couple of years ago, you'd have said AJ would always be on pay-per-view. And then they did the Franklin fight and it wasn't. I mean, I guess they have to weigh it all up and see if it makes sense. And if it is on pay-per-view, maybe this is the time where you look at a different pay-per-view price. Maybe. Oh, that's a good question. Good question. Genuinely curious about how much you enjoy the Misfit shows. Not saying they're all bad, but some of the fights are awful. Some of the fights are absolutely awful. Hey, they are. They are. I think you guys know this. I think they know this. I do enjoy them. They are difficult. They're difficult to do. But I enjoy the energy from the crowd. I think the crowds are fantastic. The guys are trying, the girls are trying, but it's completely different. Like when I'm there doing them, so I'm not there thinking I'm watching pro boxing. Does that make any sense? I feel like I'm watching boxing with a bit of wrestling chucked in. So I kind of switch my brain to know that it's not the same as when I do the Matchroom shows or the big DAZN shows in America. So yeah, that's kind of how I get through it. What's this one? I think AJ versus Whyte is a genuine 50-50. Then you need to stop drinking or smoking, whatever you're doing right now. Oh God. AM, PM. I like the fight. Honestly, I just want to see AJ fight. Yeah, for me, that's kind of where I am with AJ now as well. Just fight. Just fight. I feel like we see less and less of him. Like even in the media, like I felt like, and maybe that's just the plan. Maybe it's a case of, look, we've done what we needed to do. We've made hundreds of millions of pounds. We don't need to maybe put ourselves out there as much as we used to now. Now let's just focus on training and kind of dial it back a little bit. But it does feel like you don't even see AJ do media stuff that much anymore. I don't know. Where are we? What's this one? Teofimo Lopez is annoying as fuck. I'm not too keen on Josh Taylor, but man, I hope he wins. I don't think both are the most liked boxers in the world. I don't think so. Oh, this is interesting. And I'm going to be very honest about my answer here, and you might not believe it. Gene Anthony Parrott says, can we get your honest thoughts or honest opinion, on the Jordan versus Eddie Hearn TalkSport debate? I have never heard your thoughts on this matter. This is the truth. Hopefully you believe it. I don't lie. Didn't watch it. I've seen snippets of it. So all those little clips that TalkSport put up, those little minute Twitter clips, but I've never watched the full thing. I speak to Simon Jordan actually quite a lot. Me and Simon get on. Simon was supposed to come here. We just couldn't work out a date that we could both do. Look, Simon's great for the sport, Like Simon will ask questions that maybe we can't ask. Like, some people can't ask. Like if journalists ask those questions, maybe Eddie doesn't sit down with a journo again. So Simon, I think, is great for it. And I will say this, though, having worked with Simon, he's a very, very intelligent person. But if he's trying to educate Eddie on the sport of boxing, then he's probably not going to win that debate because this is Eddie's realm. It's Eddie's sport. It's almost like Eddie trying to educate Simon on football. It's like, what are you talking about? I was a chairman of Crystal Palace, a Premier League club. Stop. And I feel like that's kind of where Eddie wins the battle. But I have not watched it. Ade, who would win? Haney versus Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor. It's funny how these guys, like Haney's too big for 135. I've been around Haney. I've been around Josh. Haney would be small at 140. Not small, but all of a sudden that extra 5 pounds that he has to put on would almost, it would just be a normal guy in the division where Josh is actually quite a big, and even forget the fact that Josh is a big 140. Josh is a very good boxer. Josh for me is a better boxer technically than Devin Haney. I know I'm going to get shot down, but I'm just saying. What's this one? P231. Hi, Ade. Been a very long time. My friend Faz says you haven't been live because Matchroom and 258 sent their agenda agents of the Matrix to keep spewing out AJ propaganda. Anyway, missed you a lot. I don't understand that. And he said I've not been live because I've not been allowed to be live. I'm not quite sure. But look, honestly, the reason I've not been live is just because I've been so busy. One, internet's been horrendous. Two, and yeah, sometimes you just can't. Sometimes this all, and I think Punch Perfect kind of summed it up as well. Sometimes you just need to press pause. This YouTube and doing videos and talking boxing can be a bit like, so sometimes you just need to chill. So there have been a few times when I've wanted to do it, but I'm like, but we are going to get a bit more consistent. But there is nobody on this planet Earth that can tell me to stop doing my live because of anything. Won't happen. Won't happen. Wesley Akume says, why do you want to hit the light heavyweight limit? Just because having been around light heavies, so I'm talking your Craig Richards, your Boatsies, your Yards, I feel like that's my frame. My frame's a light heavyweight frame. Trust me, if I could do bridgerweight, I'd do bridgerweight because that's a bit more comfortable, cruiserweight. But I feel like this is my frame, and I just want to see if I can get close to it. So yeah, it's a bit of a challenge. It's good to challenge yourself sometimes, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to challenge myself to see what I can do. Who knows? I believe this is from Soap, or is it Sope? I believe AJ will run through Whyte easily. Whyte was rubbish against Franklin. And to be honest, I would have given the win to Franklin. The guy was robbed. I hope AJ does well and goes on to be champion. I don't know if AJ runs through him. I would like AJ to run through him, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, this one I like. Gene Anthony Parrott, Sonny or Bam? Let's see what Sonny looks like on Saturday. Right now, I'm gonna go Bam. Bam was maybe just behind Bivol, fight of the year last year. Now he's coming off a broken jaw. Sonny has this type of confidence / arrogance where I wouldn't even want this fight to be in the UK. I would want Sonny to go into Bam's backyard and beat him. Because Sonny looks like he's got that kind of I don't give a fuck attitude and we'll do it. Sonny would 100% have taken the Julio Cesar Martinez fight on the undercard of Canelo versus John Ryder in Mexico. And he would walk straight into that stadium and maybe not walk out. Oh, big man, G-Man Boxing. Salute to Ade once again. Thanks for as a guest again in April. We'll find a way to pay it back. You do not need to pay anything back. What are you talking about? Appreciate the super chat as always, my brother. Let's just keep flooding them with content. Ethan, people give AJ shit for his Franklin performance, but he won comfortably and Franklin beat Whyte. People putting too much stock into names. It's comfy for AJ. I don't think AJ won comfortably against Jermaine Franklin. Trust me, I was ringside for it. And look, sometimes that's an advantage point. Sometimes it's not, because sometimes you can watch fights better at home because you get more angles. But being ringside, I don't think it was comfortable. I mean, AJ won, but I don't think it was an easy night's work for AJ. Bear in mind as well, let's not change our view on it after the fight. Before the fight, we said AJ was, many said AJ was going to knock him out. And in the end, it went to points. So because of that, you kind of have to say maybe that wasn't the best AJ performance. So, yeah, I don't know. Lee the bald guy. Yes, Ade, my beautiful bald brother. Indeed. I wish I wasn't. I'll take the beautiful part, the bald bit. Might have to go. Well, I'm going to Turkey. Might have to quickly go and see someone. I would never do. Someone actually sent me an Instagram saying, I'm not going to mention who's done it, but there's a few famous people that have done it. And they're like, Ade, we can do this for you for free if you just do a couple of Instagram posts. I'm like, the fuck am I doing that? I ain't doing a tattooed hairline. You must be mad. I'm okay with my bald head. Okay. Elliot Robinson, if AJ looks the same in this Whyte fight as he did in the Franklin fight, do you really want to see him in there with Wilder? That's actually a very good question. I'm hoping, and look, Elliot, you kind of just, you're throwing a bit of a spanner in the works here. But I'm hoping that AJ looks a lot better. But you're right. I mean, if AJ, they're going to have to make that decision. And it's an interesting question. If AJ doesn't look good against Whyte, say AJ struggles, say AJ gets put down, gets up, but then wins on points. I mean, I don't know, man. That's an interesting one. Damn, didn't think about that. I've just assumed that AJ is going to win and it's going to be, you then go on to the Wilder fight. But if AJ struggles in that fight, how much of a sell is the Wilder fight? Maybe that's the part of the reason why the Saudi Arabians are like, no, we don't want you to fight in August. Maybe. Interesting. Nathan Sterling, nice seeing you outside Calabash. Yes, my brother. Nathan, if this is the right person, I'm thinking it is, had one of those fucking three-wheeler things, like tire at the front, one at the front, two at the back. It was enormous though. Him and his brother had like this. His brother had like a gold one, and he had like a black one. Look crazy. Andrew Webb, I said, I think Sonny loses this weekend for no other reason that it's the perfect storm. He's getting the limelight like never before this week. It's too perfect for it all to just fall apart. Hope not. I will say this though about this guy he's fighting. When you get these South Americans that no one knows come over, I think we've seen it so many times. Like when Julio Cesar Martinez came over and fought Charlie Edwards, I didn't really know him. I mean, I knew that he beat Andrew Selby, but I didn't really know him. Lara, when he came over, I didn't really know him. I have to be honest with you. Luis Alberto Lopez, I didn't really know him, But sometimes you got these South Americans, you got to really look at their record and not the record, go and watch them fight. Because I'm a bit nervous for Sonny as well. Alistair Ninian. Yes, Addy, out of interest, never. Ain't going for what? That Bivol jacket ain't going nowhere, brother. Nowhere. That jacket right there, yeah, that was off the man's back after his biggest win. That ain't going nowhere. And you know what? If he fights Canelo again, I'm going to get another jacket because I'm Team Bivol. I am Team Bivol all the way. All right, $5,000. Jake Jansen, a couple of quid. Appreciate it, brother. WBC president meeting Fury for mandatory. What the fuck? That's the WBC. You shouldn't be shocked. Why are you shocked? Jake, you shouldn't even be shocked. Graham Smith, AJ Whyte too would have been massive around the time when AJ first fought Ruiz, but it all feels a little flat now. Two fighters both desperately hoping for a rematch will help them rediscover that dog in them. I don't know if AJ is desperately. I mean, again, AJ's got a lot. AJ has got all the options on the table. AJ could fight Ruiz next. We know AJ could fight Fury next. AJ can fight Wilder, Hergovich, Frank Sanchez. I almost felt this applies more to Dillian Whyte. Bear in mind, Dillian Whyte's coming off a knockout defeat for Fury. Arguably, some say lost to Franklin. I have no idea where he is. He's 35 now. I think this is Dillian Whyte desperately trying to see if he has it. I think AJ's style has changed so much now. I don't think he's trying to find a dog. I think he's now trying to cement himself as a good technical boxer. Whyte's never going to do that. So I think Whyte's going to try and see if if he can find a bit of dog in him. Kind of messed up my words there. Adil Shakut, I've lost faith in Teo after the clip of him doubting himself. No, he shouldn't lose faith in a fighter. That I think what he did, a lot of fighters do behind closed doors, where you go back and you think, man, I did all the runs, sparring was good, weight cut was good, I ate all the right meals, I didn't drink, I didn't eat any shit food. Why could I not just get it together? It happens sometimes. Honestly, it happens. And also, though, Sandor Martin ain't no slouch. Sandor Martin good. Sandor Martin, I saw Sandor Martin comfortably beat the guy that knocked out Gary Cully in Spain about 8-9 months ago. I actually did the fight. Sandor Martin's a good fighter. So, no, I don't. Good question here. Thoughts on Dalton Smith, world champion in the making? Not sure. He's in the 140 division. That's a tough division. It really is. We'll see how he looks against Sam Maxwell. I know Dalton's been in America training and sparring out there for a while, which is good. I think you need to kind of just soak up all those styles. So we'll see how he gets on against Sam Maxwell. But that 140, Eddie's got to be careful matchmaking him because that 140 division, frightening. It is frightening. The guys out there that can cause you a big, big problem. I wouldn't mind seeing him maybe not next fight, but in a fight's time against Dara Foley, who obviously lost to Jack Catchell. That will test him. That will give him good rounds. P231, Ade, in all seriousness, what's going on with your boy Boatsy? Also, Okoli, has he finally been found out? Let's start with the first one. Boatsy. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on with Boatsy. I thought I 100% thought Boatsy Bivol was going to happen, or Bivol Boatsy, and now it looks like I saw someone tweet something about Dan Aziz Boatsy, so it looks like they might go down that route. I love Aziz. I think this is great for Aziz. It's not great for Boatsy. Like for Aziz, it's good. Aziz would want this fight. For Boatsy, you can't help but feel that we thought maybe he'd gone past those opponents. Like, is Aziz better than Craig Richards? Not sure. Not sure. Look, I still want to see Boatsy versus Yard. There's some good fights out there for Boatsy. Really good fights. Like I saw Vosdik. Did you guys see Vosdik on the undercard of Canelo Ryder? Looked good. Bashed up Bolotniks. Bashed him up. So Vosdik is back. That's a good name for Boatsy as well. So the thing for Boatsy is that there are good names out there that are not named Bivol and Baturviev that he can fight. And I think he's gone a bit lower than that with the Dan Aziz ones. But that's just rumors. It's not happening yet. So we'll see. As for Okoli, has he been found out? Look, that's just his style. Honestly, that's just his style. Well, it'll be good to see what Sugar Hill can do with it. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure. He's had that style now for a long time, hasn't he? That kind of throw the right, fall in, hug. I don't know if you can train that out of him now. I hope he can. I'm not sure. What's this? May have talked about this already, but any thoughts on the Ryan and Oscar situation? I think it's awful how he just abandoned his fight like that and dragged online after. So unprofessional. I actually went to the after party that Ryan Garcia had. Chris Eubank was there. It was the greatest looking after party I've ever seen in my life. Like, it was in the T-Mobile. No, it wasn't. That's a lie. It wasn't in the T-Mobile. Where was it again? It was somewhere in there anyway. Somewhere in the MGM, round the back, through this door, upper stairs, down. Like, what? I'm like, where the fuck are we going? Then you came out to this like palace looking thing. I was like, Jesus. And he was upset. He was upset that Oscar wasn't there. Oscar said he got threatened and he had to leave. Him and Bernard Hopkins got threatened. I don't know. Look, ultimately, he got paid. He got paid. Like, Oscar can get you to the fight. You've got to then do what you've got to do. Oscar's not his dad. He's his promoter. He gets him the money. He gets him the fights. So Oscar's actually doing a good job. If you just peak it like that, Oscar's doing a good job. I don't like the idea of them going back and forth on social media, but that's what it is now. Social media has obviously created people like this. What's this one? Johnny Martin, super chat. Appreciate it, brother. Says, just read that Danny Williams fought in April. Jesus Christ, man. Don't know what to say. Don't know what to say. Actually, don't know. I actually don't know what to say. Don't know. Jesus Christ. Guys, we have 7 more minutes. How? Oh my God. How has it happened so quick? See? You guys have missed me. I've missed you too. I can't believe an hour has done that quick. My God. Oh God. All right, here we go. What's this one? Omar Adnan says, Ade, you should start a weekly session video with a fan to get a fan's perspective on events from the outside, which would be interesting comparing that to yours as more of an insider. Call it Inside Out. Something there, innit? I do feel like there's so much more I can do with this channel. Like, now I've spoken to like Ariel Hawani and I've been on, see, I was on his channel. That was mad, wasn't it? There's a lot I can do, but it's quite difficult when it's just you. You know what I mean? It's me. This is just me and a fucking camera. I need help. Need help. Who wants to help me? Ade, do you have a preference out of boxing and MMA? Personally, I like MMA a lot more than boxing. You know, I've been through this and gone through this, but boxing by a million miles. When you're at some of these big events, like when you're there, it's just nothing like it. Like when I was at the Garcia Tank one, the special. I went. This is how special it was. So I went to the VIP room. Lucky DAZN hooked me up. In fact, I think it was DAZN via Showtime hooked us up. Me and a few other people with these VIP bands. If you saw who was in that VIP room, like Tyson, Pacquiao, McGregor, and you're like, crazy. Honestly, this is great. And then the amount of just famous people that are there watching the fights. There's nothing bigger than a big boxing match. Nothing. The crowd was incredible. Like a few MMA fights do that, but not that many. Boxing is going to have about 4 of those this year. Like we're going to get Crawford, Spence. That's going to be exactly the same. If we do get AJ Wilder, it's going to be exactly the same. Like MMA can't do that right now. Can't do it. I'm trying to actually think of what's a big fight right now in MMA. Scratching my head. What's the big fight right now that legit can be made? There ain't many, is there? Hamzat versus Leon Edwards. Is that big? Hamzat maybe versus Israel Adesanya at 185 is big. That will do it. Ade, Michael Hallett. Ade, thoughts on Messi to Inter Miami? Crazy. It's actually crazy. Like Messi is still arguably one of the best players in the world. We saw him 5 months ago, 6 months ago, whatever it was, lead Argentina to the World Cup and got the player of the tournament. This is the equivalent, and I tweeted this. What did I tweet? I'll say exactly what I tweeted, so I'm not misquoting myself. I tweeted, what did I say? This is like LeBron James joining the Surrey Scorchers. Surrey Scorchers are a team that play in British basketball. Inter Miami are the worst team in the MLS. He has gone, Messi, by the way, 35 years old, still can do it, has gone to the worst team in the MLS. Come on now. That's some bullshit. That is some bullshit. What can I say? What can we do? Gabriel Martinez, just wondering what you feel the difference in crowd there is between traditional and influencer boxing. Massive difference. It's a completely different crowd. I will say this though, the influencer boxing gets more famous people, if you like. I don't know if you can call them famous, like the Instagrammers and all the like musicians and actors. Unless it's a real big one in boxing. Boxing doesn't get that. And the crowd in boxing is slightly older and a bit more amped up. But what I do like about the influencer boxing scene is when the doors open at 6:30, those motherfuckers are there at 6:30. Like boxing, apart from Katie Taylor recently, you open the doors at 7 o'clock. If the main event's at 10, they're getting in at 9:30. I'm not joking. It's bad. It's really bad. I don't know what boxing can do to sort that. Oh my God, guys, we need to do another live. I'm trying to think of when we can do one. There's so much I want to talk about. I've got 3 minutes left. Got to sit down for the footy. If you guys been watching Succession, fucking hell. Jesus. What's this one? What's this? Ade, I'm sorry, but TalkSport boxing needs a whole effing revamp. It's shocking. Half the stuff they talk about regarding Warren and Tyson is hilarious. Why don't you do more with TalkSport boxing? I don't know. I'm not really asked to do more. Answers on a postcard. Another big one. See what I'm saying? Just big ones. As we are live right now, Navarrete versus Valdez has been officially announced. This fight was supposed to happen a few months back. It now happens. Ooh, Emmanuel Navarrete versus Oscar Valdez. Don't tell me boxing ain't bringing you all the shit you want this year. Come on. Come on. Come on. Jeez. All right, guys. I'm going to, okay, 2 quick ones before we bounce. Sian, brother Ade, reach out to Kerry Kays for your cut and go. One of the most knowledgeable guys out there. Yeah, you know what? Let me write that down. Let me just put that down on my phone. Don't know why I'm doing a Jamaican accent. Kerry Kays. Cool. We're gonna great channel, Ade. Thank you very much. Thank you. Jay Hurst says, fuck, these lives remind me of COVID. Yeah, we flooded the lives during COVID, boy. We flooded. Damn, I'm so sorry. Look how many questions are still there. Everyone, I didn't answer the question. Oh, I saw this one, super chat. Let me quickly answer this. People say Usyk outboxes Wilder easily. Am I the only one who does not see even Usyk going 12 rounds and Wilder not catching him? Wait, let me see that. People say Usyk outboxes Wilder easy. Am I the only one who does not see even Usyk going 12 rounds and Wilder knock? Lee, are you basically saying, Lee, that you think Wilder's going to knock him out? Is that what you're saying? If that's what you're saying, then I don't know. By the way, Usyk's got what's the word? Unheralded power, underrated power. Unheralded actually makes sense as well. Who's got that power, man? Who's got that power? All right, guys, we gotta go. We gotta go. Football starts in 15 minutes. It was a quick live. It's a quickie. But peace and love. Thank you so much, all of you that jumped on the live. We are back. We are back with the lives. This was like a little teaser. Look at you. So many of you. Oh my God, so many of you. Oh, no, I've got to read this one out. Super chat quickly. Joey Binder. So stoked on the content, Addy. I'm in Boston, so with the time difference, your videos always hit in the morning for me and a part of my daily routine. Brother, thank you so much. I'm actually going to do a video tonight that I'm going to release tomorrow as I'm on my way to Turkey, talking about a certain Mr. Deontay Wilder. So make sure you guys watch that one. Peace out.